Well, as the unemployment rate creeps up a little bit, more and more Australians are finding themselves again competing for the same jobs. So, as a favour to you, dear viewers, we've rounded up Australia's top experts to find out what makes a perfect resume.
Resume is important because it allows you to explain to them why you should have the job that you're applying for.
It's your job to really make sure that you shine on that bit of paper. And when they read it, they really understand who you are and how you would be a great asset to their team.
When was the last time you updated your resume?
If you're like me, it was last week when you heard the rumour that Karl Stefanovic is leaving the Today Show. He's not. It's a complete waste of my time.
Treasury is forecasting Australia's unemployment rate to creep up to 5.75% this quarter next year, meaning there will be more people competing for jobs. Already, in some markets, competition is fierce. At the weekend, we saw reports that a WA supermarket received 140 job applications for a part-time retail assistant role, a position that would usually receive less than a dozen applications. So if you want your resume to stand out from the competition, here are some tips from the experts. The first thing a potential employer is going to note is the layout of your resume, so follow these basic rules. Keep it brief, use the one font, and don't make that font Comic Sans. At the top should be your name and contact details, remembering to keep them professional. The email address hughesielovesyourmum@hughesy.com is not as appropriate as davehughes@hughesy.com.
But I do love your mum.
Then you might like to provide a brief summary about yourself that relates to the job you're applying for.
The profile at the top of your CV is absolutely essential. It's got to answer the question, why employ me?
That's the first thing that the employer is going to see, and he will straight away get an idea of if you have done your homework.
So if Hughesy was going to apply for Karl Stefanovic's role, he'd write something like, Dave is an excellent radio DJ and a competent TV show host, with a passion for news and current affairs, sports, stand-up comedy and early morning starts. Underneath your summary, you should list your current or most recent employer, what title you had and how long you were in the role, as well as some key achievements that will ideally relate to the job you're applying for.
It's absolutely critical in any CV. You've got to be able to demonstrate not only what you have done, but how well you've done it.
From there, list the last 4 or 5 roles you've had, assuming they're relevant to the job you're applying for.
If you're 45 going for Karl Stefanovic's job, you don't need to tell them that you worked at a bakery when you were 15.
Hang on, I'm 27.
And now for the no-no. Don't go on and on about yourself. Triple check your spelling and grammar, and while it's okay to embellish, don't lie.
You want to make an impression, but you have to make sure you're making the right impression.
Finally, a big one these days is your online profile. New research out of the States shows 1 in 10 young people between 16 and 24 have missed out on a job because of comments or pictures on their Facebook or Twitter. So consider your digital footprint.
Your digital activities are so important in the recruitment process these days. A recent study has come out that 37% of recruiters are looking at your online presence even before they look at your resume. So it's really important to see what you're doing online and what that says about you.
Did you have a middle name, Reginald?
No, it's not regional, no, it's not. No.
What is your middle name?
another
William.
line.
It's William, isn't it?
Yeah, all right, so just Google it, people.
I think, Charlie, you need to reveal to everyone what happened when you first applied for jobs, because this is like revealing little bits of ourselves.
One of the tips, of course, is check the spelling, as we just heard there. When I first applied to law firms, I sent out 200 CVs where I misspelt my name.
You hate spelling errors.
It's so sad. And the thing is,
your first or last name?
my surname,
Yeah.
my last
Spell
name.
it.
But the thing is, I really wanted them to remember my name. So I had it at the top of every single
In
page,
bold.
misspelt, and I had no idea. Sent out 200 of them, no one brought it up. But I was sitting there in one job interview at a law firm, and I looked down at my CV and saw it, and all I could think was, well, I would not hire me.
Did someone hire you?
Yeah, idiots.